word I was looking for. He did not have that as Tyler from way downtown. He'll bury home a three right near the coach's box for Missouri Valley, if not in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was deep. It was from the parking lot here as he comes up with a steal right here.
A 2-on-1 fast break. He's got Plummer running the floor with him. He puts it up, and that one will drop. A friendly roll there for Trayvon Tyler, and he's got the last 5.
He's really just one of those players where he can do it on both ends, and he had pretty much a 1-on-3 fast break, just took it himself right around every defender.
As McKenzie sets a screen for Plummer to take a 3 at the top of the key. Too strong, hits, up into the rim, or I'm sorry, the
support system.
The support beams, yeah, and again, the Lynx are going to get the ball right back. They lead it by 2 with 12.5 minutes to play. 16-14 is our score. I know this is a quick side note, but I really like how Justin Parker is just sitting on the bench with that nice, very flush beard and the baseball cap.
He looks like the team dad, really.
He really does. Freeman now over to Tyler on the left wing. Back to Freeman. Freeman had 13 points in that loss against Olivet, so look for him to have a big game as well. He drives to the rack, can't finish, but Julian Powell with a putback dunk.
That's what he's doing. I mean, he's such an athletic big that it's just such an advantage to have that guy, a guy that tall that can jump that high.
And now we have, looks like
a foul.
A foul going against the Lynx here in this one on Turner yet again. So that'll be his second, team's second here in an 8-minute stretch, which you got to love from the Lynx.
Yeah, I think you got to get him out of the game right here as Tyron Wright's going to check in for the Lynx. He's going to take the place of J.J. Turner. But like I said, I mean, J.J. Turner, he plays so hard, so it's just he's going to get more fouls called on just because of how hard he's playing.
And like you said, Tyrone Wright checked in. Sometimes he's better off the bench as well, so it could help.
Definitely last year. He was such a stud off the bench.
Tyler finds Powell, count the basket and the foul. What a move by Julian Powell. Mr. Hoffman, you talked to me here a little bit. He was your pick, and he's really showing off here today.
Yeah, the offensive rebound putback, and then on the fast break, gets it, one dribble spin, and one. It's such an impressive move from such a big guy. I mean, that's what I wanted to see from Julian Powell here.
I say we've been waiting for it for so long, and you've picked him 3 out of our 4 games so far?
I have picked him a whole bunch of times, and looks like he's finally coming through and going to have just a breakout game here.
It's almost like you knew we were just waiting for the right moment. I mean, we talked about it earlier. It's not about how, it's about when we were going to see this, and so far he's playing like a D1 transfer.
Yeah, definitely.
And he comes up with a steal right there as he's got a 1-on-3. Fast break, he finds Bowers now on the right wing, and he has it poked away as Powell almost got it back. But an outlet to Plummer. Plummer will lay it up and in over Trayvon Tyler. He kind of gives him a look, but I don't know. Tyler's moves are a little bit more kind of spiffier and, better, I should say.
That's definitely the guy you don't want to go at if you're Missouri Valley either. That's the guy that can really make this game lopsided pretty quick.
As Bowers catch and shoot from the corner, and he'll bury one home. So the Lincoln alum, I should say, here on Alumni Weekend from Lincoln High School, he buries home a 3, and it's 24-16. And now all of a sudden this Lynx team kind of pulling away a little bit. You can see Coach/President Gerlach there in this one and getting the crowd into it, as he's got a lot to say about this team. But Adam, this is a pretty good start, and we're not used to seeing the Lynx kind of be a first half type of team. What are we seeing in this first half that's really kind of clicking for them?
They're making some shots. I mean, we're hitting threes. Bowers finally gets someone on the board with a three-pointer. We haven't seen him make one yet. Finally, it's really good to see him make a three-pointer. But as I was saying, we're playing good defense, and we're really we're getting on the rebounds too, which I really like, because Missouri Valley is such a great rebounding team. 50 rebounds in their last game.
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. So we're doing a good job keeping them off the boards.
LB now with it over to Plummer. Plummer goes to the left wing. Now as he drives in, he's going to be met by Julian Powell, but they're going to call a foul going against Julian Powell right there as Darnell Watson drove the baseline. It looked to be a clean block, but however, the officials didn't see it.
I mean, Julian Powell went up with the body. Coach Luff's getting an explanation right now, but he went up with the body, went straight up, and then when he put the shot up, then he put his arm down and blocked the shot. So I'm not sure where the foul is. If there was any, it had to have been a body foul, just because he got all ball.
As he does sink a pair from the line, does Watson. But, however, though, we have a pretty good vantage point being back down in our old roots. Kind of moved to the center court there for a little bit. No look pass by Freeman, ends up into the hands of Moore, Tremont Moore. Now to Plummer, who drives in and can't get it to go. Maybe Tyrone Wright might have got a piece of that a little bit just to knock it off its routine. And Powell brings it down. Tyler now with the basketball. You can see Watson and Tyler both kind of giving chase, and one in the foul called. Tyler takes a long three and cannot hit. Now we're going to have a foul going against, I believe, Tyrone Wright.
Yeah, he kind of reached around to keep the possession alive, just unfortunately hit the arm right there.
Although, now we've seen Tyler. I know that's only the second three that he's taken from way downtown, and then in the parking lot as L.A. Bogan will check in for Julian Powell. I thought he was coming in for Tyrone Wright.
Yeah, he was coming in for Tyrone Wright. I think Coach Lepp switched it up at the last minute and said, no, get Julian instead. So this is the first we're seeing of L.A. Bogan, who's showed a lot of promise as well, coming off the bench. Watson
feeds Elby down low. The turnaround jumper, fader, I should say, ends up hitting, and now all of a sudden it's back to a 4-point game. Freeman loses control of it as Elby basically tried to dive on the floor, but kind of ran right into Freeman as he's a brick wall right there. And it's going to be a foul every time.
Freeman doing a good job right there when he's going after the ball like that. Just planting himself to make sure, no one's going to come between me and the ball here. So he's going to draw a foul right there, and he's going to take a seat now as Montez Crumble comes in for him, along with number 22, Mason Schultzhauer for Missouri Valley.
And Miss Bowers is going to make him check in just like she makes all the rest of us go to the scores table. She's very adamant about it. You have to go to the front of that scores table and say that you're coming in. Otherwise, she's not going to put you in. As Tyler almost lost his dribble there, just had to throw up a prayer, somehow finds Tyrone Wright, and he'll give it right back to Tyler with 15 on the shot clock. And now back to Crumble at the top of the key. Crumble working on Schulzenhauer as he now falls. Ball's loose on the floor. Schulzenhauer, and I believe it looks like Collins, the third, is there. And now we're going to have a technical foul going against the head coach here for Missouri Valley, Chad Lance, in this. Adam, talk to me a little bit. What did you see there to kind of get the technical?
Well, he was on the floor. He came out to about, it looked like he came out about to the three-point line. So, I've seen Coach Lepp do that a couple times too, but not saying Coach Lepp deserves a technical, but that's a no-no. You got to stay in your coach's box. So, it's a common call that needs to be called every time.
And Chad Lance is getting the harsher end of that one. Now wants an explanation here. But Darnell Latham Jr. is going to take the free throws here for the Lynx as he does hit his first. I believe the Lynx should get the ball back as well.
It was a jump ball, so we would get the ball back anyway. But we should get the ball back here. Latham misses that second free throw. Only a 5-point lead for the Lynx. But I like what we're going right now. We're going a 4-out, 1-in kind of scenario with Tyrone Wright down low. But Tyrone Wright can also shoot that rock. He can shoot the three-pointer as well. So look for him to come off a screen maybe and get a three.
Tyler going to inbound here in this one. Bogan also into the ball game as well. He's getting some minutes. We've seen him knock down some shots from the corner as well. Tyler trying to find somebody. Finally finds Bogan. There's only 6 seconds on the shot clock as Bogan stepped on the baseline trying to find Latham in the corner for three. He did bury it. However, though, Bogan on the baseline.
Yeah, I said he stepped out of bounds, which I didn't see it, so I can't argue against it. But, it seemed like he was pretty close.
And it was on the other end of the floor. We definitely could not see that one as Schulzenhauer now with it over to Plummer. He's on the left wing. Trying to drive baseline, takes a step back three, and it's going to be a traveling violation. Plummer doesn't like it, so both coaches questioning the officiating here in the first 10 minutes of the ball game as Gabe McKenzie will check back in as well. But it's 25-20 here, 9:15 left to play. Your Lynx lead by 5. Adam, going to have to keep playing this type of basketball here. It's very physical and very aggressive here. Are we going to see that down the stretch?
I think so. I think the game's going to be pretty close for the remainder of this half, if not all the second half. Just if we could pull away like we were, we cannot let them back into the game.
Crumble saw a lane, drives right in. They're going to say it was on the floor, though. However, now one of the Missouri Valley players looks to be down, shaken up, not getting up real quickly here.
Well, Montez Crumble went up for the layup and came down on him. So might have gotten him in the midsection. I think that's really what's going on here.
A little bit of that's where that height can come into play is Ranger, who stands probably, 6'7", 6'6" area?
Yes.
And Crumble barely listed at 6 foot.
I think he's listed at 5'10", actually, which is, I think that's pretty generous for Montez Crumble. He might be shorter than that.
So I think he definitely approves as he does hit his first. But that's one of those height differentials. We talk about it all the time with us on TV, how I need a step stool just to be on camera with people.
Yes, we have talked about that a couple times. It's only really funny to me when you're up against, I remember you had an interview with Julian Powell, which he's 6'10". That's really what it's funny to me. Like, why didn't we just let me interview him?
It was like, what, about a whole, foot and a half differential there. As, again, Crumble misses his second, so 26-20, but they did get the offensive rebound, though. They only got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Latham takes a step back three, just a tad too strong, as Missouri Valley will pull it down. The rebound as Trey Collins III was the one to grab that board. Hands it to Plummer. Plummer double teamed, trying to find McKenzie, but it's stolen away by Bogan. Bogan trying to go up for a slam, and he's going to be fouled hard as Bogan in the last second knew to just take the 2 points, but McKenzie had the foul. Otherwise, it could have been another big moment for the Lynx.
I was thinking Mr. Bogan was going to go for that poster right there, but McKenzie blocked Julian Powell earlier, so maybe he thought he did not want to be in an embarrassing moment, so he did not want to get blocked, so he just decided to go up with the layup. Still did get blocked, but he got the foul, too.
It was very close. I was going to say, like you said, with posterizing, they almost posterized Gabe McKenzie, and then trying to be cautious about it and just take either the foul or the easy two.
What's your terminology? Put him on the slam sandwich?
Put him on the slam sandwich. You got to like that. Come on now.
It's very creative, and I've never heard that before. Hey, Bogan hits 2 free throws there to make it 28-20.
We get to have some fun up here in the booth as well as those guys competing down on the floor. We just like to have some fun and make fun of each other at times as the turnaround right hook there from Moore by Missouri Valley, no good, into the hands of Tyrone Wright. He'll find Tyler. Tyler trying to work on Schulzenhauer, instead backs it out.
What's up with the floor? We keep slipping on the floor. Tyler's done it a couple times. Montez Crumble did it a couple times. It's not really sure what's going on.
We need to get some of those brooms as Crumble finds Tyler in the corner. A good ball movement by the Lynx to Bogan. Now over to Latham Jr., who buries home a three. And it's back to an 11-point lead. And Coach Lepp and Coach McGee both love it here from Latham Jr. as there's a timeout taken by Missouri Valley.
Just taking the extra pass right there is just definitely what stood out to me there. L.A. Bogan had a wide open three, but he saw the defender was coming over from Latham to come defend him, so he just threw it back over to Latham. Latham, wide open three, knocks it down.
And we were talking about the ball movement in the ladies' game earlier, and that was kind of like what they did at the start of the second quarter. But this guys' team, it went from the corner, from Crumble to the baseline to Tyler in the right side corner to, I think Bogan, and I believe Latham was the last man standing.
Yeah, it's basically all 5 guys touched the ball in that possession, which that's definitely what you need. It's a very solid play, and that's definitely what we need to keep doing.
Now, we've seen this. We know basketball is a game of runs, and we're seeing it here in this ball game. The Lynx back up by 11, but they have to be careful, though. Tell us why they have to be careful with Missouri Valley.
We just can't let them back in the game. We were up probably about 11 earlier in the game, and we got it back down, and they were only up maybe 3, maybe 4. So it's just something we can't do. We got to keep the pedal to the middle, just keep it down the whole game, just keep pushing through the whole game to get that lead and secure the win.
Now, going back to these Missouri Valley jerseys, I think you could agree here. You're a Duke fan. I'm going against you here, but they look like the Syracuse orange right now.
Yes, they definitely do, along with the blue.
Yeah, and it's that bright orange.
It's definitely a cool color. I like the jerseys. It's very simple, just the MVC on the jersey. Very creative. I like it.
As Schulzenauer throws it right into the hands of Bogan. And he kind of slips a little, but he can't finish. Crumbles there for the putback. He can't finish. Now count the basket and the foul. Third time's a charm. Go around there for Tyrone Wright, who's there to clean up it all.
And Bogan just got a smile on his face. He kind of misplaced the dribble right there, and then tried to absorb the contact and go up. I think he wanted to try to dunk again.
I think he actually did get pushed.
Yeah, he did get pushed a little bit, but it's not enough for a foul. Not enough for a foul, yeah, and he's out of control. And then the tip by Crumble was no good, and Tyrone Wright gets the bucket plus the foul.
You got to like, though, is he could not make the free throw there in this one. So it'll stay 33-20 on an and one opportunity. But all of a sudden, the defense coming alive here for the Lynx. Down late in this first half. McKenzie now with it. Bounce passes one down low, and it was stolen away by two Lynx defenders. Not only Tyrone Wright, but Latham Jr. was in the mix as well, but instead they call a foul.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, really. I think it probably just could have been a turnover there for Missouri Valley. It was very, very close, but I think they're gonna get a foul right there on Tyrone Wright.
As now they inbound underneath their own basket, they find Tavius Brazil down low, and he draws contact, so he's going to the line for 2 shots. 6:45 left to play, 33-20. Lynx lead by 13, with Julian Powell sitting at the scores table about to check in.
And Powell he played the first couple minutes. He got that big putback slam and the nice spin move, and then they took him out. And he wasn't in foul trouble. I don't think he picked up one foul on the questionable call. But why are you taking him out so often? I mean, if he's hot, why not just keep him in the game?
Let him keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah, he had the momentum, like you said, and just let him keep it going.
I could agree with that. I mean, I know Coach Lev still trying to figure out all his parts and his team, basically, of what he's got on the bench still, as Bogan from the left side corner, no good. Rebounded into the hands of Tyler. He's double teamed. Back out to Latham with a fresh 30. He thought about a 3 instead. Finds Crumble over to Tyler on the right wing.
Well, they're in a zone, so they're doubling Trayvon Tyler when he gets it in the corner.
As Crumble now thought about driving baseline on the left side. Backs it out. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Latham now at the top of the key. Back to Crumble. Crumble over to Tyler in the left side corner. Back to Crumble. Crumble from way downtown. And he'll hit another one.
Just buries it. That was disgusting right there. That was nasty.
This is a Lynx team that we know can shoot the ball well, but not this well and not from this far. As Missouri Valley tries to answer with a 3. No, Bogan comes up with a huge rebound. But exactly right. We'll see if they do it again.
I think they're going to try for it. I think it's going to be a charge, yep. Trayvon Tyler just a little out of control. Just tries to go in and dish it out. Just unfortunately just picks up a charge right there.
And who did he dish it to? Number 1, Montez Crumble, who was about to knock down the same shot he basically just took.
Yeah, I mean, it was just unfortunate there. Trayvon just a little out of control there. I think he saw Montez Crumble just trailing the floor. He's like, oh, I'm just going to get another assist here real quick. But no, just out of control, ran right by him.
So Missouri Valley coming back the other way as Cody Jackson from downtown buries one home, and it's 36-25. Now as the Lynx working quickly here in this one, and Missouri Valley taking the chant from this Lynx team. This is the first time I've seen any opposing team chant defense just like this Lincoln College team here.
I mean, I thought that was really our thing, but no, they're really trying to get the defenses riled up.
As Tyler finds Latham to Crumble yet again. He got knocked down. He wanted a foul, didn't get one. Instead, it hits the top of the backboard, and it's going to be out of bounds. Missouri Valley basketball.
Yeah, he got knocked to the ground after that shot. I'm surprised it wasn't called a foul, because usually when you get knocked to the ground like that, it's even if you're not even touched, it's he's on the ground, so he must have gotten fouled. So
especially from behind the three-point line like this for Missouri Valley as they take a 3 at the top of the key. That is no good, though. But we're going to have a foul going against Darnell Latham Jr. as a hold on Gabe McKenzie, who the rebound didn't even come nowhere near him.
No, it's going to go on Gabe McKenzie. So Latham will be at the line for 2 shots.
That makes sense. I was wondering why the official pointed at Darnell Latham Jr. He's pointing at him going like,
he's pointing at him saying, you're the free throw shooter. Because I think he pointed at McKenzie first, and then he pointed at Latham.
And this is why, Adam, I always bring you to the road games and stuff. You're always there to correct me, and you always got my back. As Latham Jr. knocks down a pair right there. Or his first, anyway, I should say. It's still a 12-point lead. But you really got to like how this Lynx team's playing here with 5 minutes to play. I mean, they're really staying strong in the first half.
Yeah, they are. They're really keeping the pedal down. It's Latham hits a second one there. And Larry Plummer comes back in the game for Missouri Valley. But like you said, I mean, we're shooting the ball perfect. I mean, I don't know how many shots we've missed. We've missed more layups than we have distance shots. So
I was going to say we might have missed more free throws than anything, as Cody Jackson Jr., or he buries one home. I'm sorry, no junior in that, but it's back to 10. As they said, a foot was on the line. So Tyler to Crumble. Latham Jr. now with it in the left corner, right in front of that Missouri Valley chanting defense bench. Now to Bogan. Bogan wide open in the corner for three. No. Kind of had a few in and outs there, but could not corral it. Cody Jackson with the rebound, trying to push the pace for Missouri Valley. He's guarded by Latham Jr., and he's stripped away, but they're going to bail him out with a foul there in that one. I believe that one's going on Latham Jr. this time.
Yeah, I think that's going to go on Darnell Latham Jr. No, I think they're going to give it to L.A. Bogan instead, so that's his second foul. Easily could have gone against either of them, but it's going to be put on L.A. Bogan.
So Cody Jackson with the 1-and-1 opportunity, as that is the team's only 8th team foul here with 4 minutes to play. 38-29 is our score. This is usually a Lynx team that's in the bonus by the 11-minute mark. But you got to like how Coach Lepp and Coach McGee really looking to improve every single game and every single half. As he knocked down the second one, it's an 8-point game. But, however, though, you got to like it how they're staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah, I think we're keeping fresh legs out there, so it's giving us a better look on defense. We're not getting beat and just kind of slapping down as a foul. We're keeping fresh legs out there. Is there going to be a foul on Missouri Valley? That's going to be on number 2, Jacob Cochran. So it'll be Freeman at the line for 2 shots. That'll be, I think, the 11th foul on Missouri Valley.
And like we said, Freeman, he cannot hit his first. But if you go back and look, I mean, DeAndre Freeman had a quiet 13 points in the loss against Olivet. So another one of those backcourts coming off the bench that's still young, but yet still very capable out of Morgan Park.
Very capable. He's got a lot of big shoes to fill with Trayvon Tyler and Montez Crumble out there, but I think he's definitely a good addition.
As a no-look pass, a defensive breakdown there by the Lynx as Brazil was wide open underneath the basket, coming on from the double team from Crumble and Tyler. But, again, you'll take that if you're Coach Lepp.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than giving up the 3, and you don't want to foul in that situation because it's going to be an easy layup either way, so you don't want to risk the and one opportunity.
Some more 2-3 zone action here as Freeman thought about a step back, now picks up his dribble, trying to find, looks like Powell underneath. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lynx right here in this one as Brazil poked it away. Lynx set to inbound underneath their own basket with 9 seconds.
And I think it's kind of funny, too, that Missouri Valley has the Syracuse jerseys, and they also run the Syracuse 2-3 zone.
As they try to ride a lob to Julian Powell. Instead, he catches it in midair, takes a power dribble, takes a step back, and buries it.
That was a nice move there for Julian Powell.
As, again, Missouri Valley trying to work quickly on the floor, coming back the other way, as it looked like Watson was in there. He can't find it, but Brazil with an offensive rebound almost went up for the putback, but Freeman kind of tried to steal it away before he could get there.
Yeah, it was a good play there by Freeman. It's a good try, really, just to try to get the ball loose because he's a much bigger guy. That is more. So trying to get the ball loose, just unfortunately comes up with the foul.
And a 1-on-1 opportunity for Brazil as he hits the front of the rim and it drops it home for the first one. So now all of a sudden it's still staying within single digits here, but the Lynx maintaining their composure As Brazil hits or misses the second, Julian Powell brings down the rebound. And I'm with you. I think you got to feed the big man down low here a few possessions. That'll open your 3-ball up even more.
I don't know if he's missed a shot yet either, so it's just more of incentive. They're going to give it to him right here. But at the top of the key, which is not his strong suit, he's not as Freeman comes up with he travels with the ball right there. But Julian Powell, every time he gets the ball at the top of the key, it always looks like he's just nervous. He doesn't want to dribble, and he just wants to get the ball out of his hand as much as he can. So I think just feeding him down low is really what they need to do.
I know he's been working on his footwork, as it looked like Alonzo Williams went up for the shot, had it blocked, apparently, according to the officials, as it was tipped. It comes back down with his own rebound, though, in midair.
Yeah.
Usually that's a travel, but instead
I think it was tipped.
They say it was tipped?
That's why it wasn't, or else it was, or they just called it as a shot. In that case, it's not a travel.
40-35 with 10 seconds on the shot clock here for the Lynx. Crumble will kick it back out to Latham Jr. They lead it by 5. Jr. with now on the top of the key with 3 seconds. 2-1 has to just throw it up and nowhere close. Latham Jr. wanted a foul, but usually when you have to just throw up a shot like that, they're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, they're not going to give you the foul in that situation, just because you should have got a shot up sooner than that. So I don't really know what we were doing. It was like 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and we were up at the top of the key just kind of dribbling the ball around.
As Alonzo Williams yet again finishes underneath the basket for Missouri Valley, and all of a sudden their post-game presence is starting to come alive. It's now a 3-point game, 40-37, minute 45 to go in the first half. Tyler now backing it up near midcourt. He's on the right wing. This zone kind of having some issues as Crumble now from way downtown. No, off the rim and out. And what was falling early in this first half cannot fall no more. Missouri Valley working the pace rather quickly here. Watson down low to, it looks like Collins the third, and he'll finish up and in. Back to a 1-point lead now for this Lynx team.
We really just need a basket here. A basket and a stop to finish out this first half. We're almost under a minute now. We just need a score right here. We cannot let them take the lead.
As Freeman saw a lane and goes right through it as he'll lay it up and in for 2. 42-39, a minute to play. And now Watson, who's not paying attention, Plummer tried to throw it to him. He couldn't find him. It throws it out of bounds. An unforced turnover by Missouri Valley gives the ball back to the Lynx.
That's exactly what I thought they should do in that situation, get a basket and then a stop. It's exactly what they need, and that's what they're getting. So probably try to go for a 2-for-1 opportunity here. Don't hold the ball for too long.
I like the play here. See what they want to do. 45 seconds remain, 17 on the shot clock. Tyler from way downtown, the 2-for-1 opportunity. Yes, because he buries home another 3 from the parking lot, and it's almost like it's his range. Crumble now loose on the floor as they're going to call a foul going against Montez Crumble as Alonzo Williams kind of fell over him, but it almost looked like nobody had possession.
Yeah, he was going for the loose ball. Just unfortunate, just got a piece of his leg. So he's going to be at the line for 2 shots, but it's unfortunate there for Montez Crumble for his first foul.
So Williams at the line. I mean, the crowd really trying to get into this one as he does miss the first. So I know Crumble's frustrated about that foul as that was his first, and I know he probably shouldn't have picked it up, or it's give or take, but it was a good foul because he missed the first one.
Yeah, it was a good foul.
Second one in. So 1 of 2 from the line. It's back to a 5-point lead for this Lynx team here. 45-40. We're at 33 seconds to play. And shot clock and game clock separated by about 4 seconds or so, closer to 5, as Powell will have it now. He's at the top of the key trying to bounce past one inside to Latham Jr., who ends up getting it and then has it stolen away by Plummer. Plummer now on the outlet to, looks like Collins Jr., and they're going to call a traveling violation right there. So possibly a makeup call right there for the Lynx.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that one was a travel there. It kind of looked like he just did a little jump stop, but I'm not sure. But it's going in our favor, so I'm not going to argue against it.
And it was Alonzo Williams who drove in. Now the Lynx will have the final possession as Freeman's going to call a timeout right here. Stop the clock. Collins, the third, tried to poke it away. Him and Freeman kind of, this one's going to get interesting.
Exchanged some looks right there because it was after the whistle, kind of pushed him a little bit. So he's kind of like saying, like, what's up with that, man?
I mean, we always know that usually something like this is going to happen. I mean, we know it starts from the leader of the the Lynx team and Trayvon Tyler. But one thing I like about Tyler, though, is he dishes it out. But when he's not playing well, he can still take it.
Yeah, he can still take it, and he still dishes out by the end of the game, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He never lets them have the last laugh. Either.
No.
I mean, if he doesn't come up with the win, he's upset. But in the losses, he has 20, 30 points. So it's not really their fault. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's his fault per se for the loss. So he still did his part.
As they will inbound it to Freeman with 6 seconds. Over to Latham in the wing as he loses control of it. Now has it poked away. It's out of bounds. With 1.9 seconds to go before halftime, it will be the Lynx basketball, so possibly maybe a look for an alley-oop here to Julian Powell?
Yeah, I think that's really what they're drawing up because he's starting outside. Or they're just going to try to get it to Tyler for a last-second heave. Get it to him. Unable to go, though. Kind of tries to go off the backboard right there, but still got a 5-point lead, so nothing to really worry about.
I was going to say, he almost banked it home. We've seen the bank open a few times here in this one, but instead, the Lynx are going to lead going into halftime 45-40 over Missouri Valley College in this one. As it's been a good first half. We've seen the Lynx up by as many as 11 at one point, 12 as well. But then all of a sudden, it just kind of seems like a couple defensive breakdowns let Missouri Valley back into the game, along with some good shooting by them as well. But the big thing I've seen, though, is the post play from Missouri Valley, really letting them get inside like that. How did the Lynx stop that and kind of improve on that in the second half?
We need to put some big bodies down there. I think maybe Big Roy Nesbitt needs to get some minutes right here. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're just overpowering us. I mean, Julian Powell, he can jump out of the gym, but he's not the strongest down low. So I think when you put a big body like Nesbitt out there, they're not going to try to bang down low with him because they know he's going to win that battle.
I like that idea, and we'll see if Coach Lepp comes up with it as well. I mean, I know J.J. Turner, who started off the ball game with a monster slam, kind of was quiet late in that first half. So what can we see there?
Yeah, like you said, he started off strong, and he came out about 5 minutes into the game, did not play the rest of the half. So just unfortunate for Mr. Turner, but he affected the game in a positive way when he was starting in the lineup, and as you said, he got the big slam to start out the game.
So it is going to 5-point lead for your Lincoln Lynx as we head into halftime. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so for more stats and analysis of the first half and recap that all in one. But they lead it by 5 over Missouri Valley College, 45-40. We'll see you in just a few moments. You guys are listening to Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X. We're back in the Jack D. Nutt Arena where your Lincoln Lynx, they lead by 5, 45-40 here as we're getting ready to start the second half. In this one, leading the way for your Lincoln Lynx is no other than Trayvon Tyler. He's got 11, but his counterpart in the backcourt, he's got 10, so he's not too far behind him right there. In this one, leading the way, though, however, for Missouri Valley, it's going to be Jacoby Karan coming off the bench with 8 points for this Missouri Valley team. So talk about Adam, walk us through here a little bit. We saw the lineup change to the starting lineup. Now here going into the second half, Lynx up by 5. What can we look for?
I think maybe you need to switch up the defense a little bit. Just throw different defenses at them. Maybe try to work in a press. Maybe throw in a zone here and there. Just to catch the defense off guard. I think that's all they need to do. Or to catch the offense off guard, excuse me. But I think we're playing pretty well. We haven't really used our whole bench, it seems like. Isaiah Bowers got a few minutes. And then Tyron Wright came off the bench and got a few minutes along with L.A. Bogan. That's really the only guys that we've used. We haven't seen L.J. Johnson, who has been a big big role in this game. And I was going to say we haven't seen Big Roy either. So, and Joseph Gomez usually gets a few minutes here and there. So we're kind of going small here, a small team, but we're still getting the job done.
And one thing I know you also wanted to highlight here, we've seen a Lynx team kind of in the first half commit double-digit turnovers here in this one, but so far so good here for the Lynx, right?
Yeah, we have 8 turnovers compared to their 11, so we're doing a good job on the defensive end, just forcing steals. And I think really what it comes down to is our shooting isn't the greatest. Missouri Valley is shooting 50% from the field, 45 from the three-point line, 5 for 11 from the three-point line. We are 8 for 18 from the three-point line for a 44% with 45% from the field. So we're not shooting that bad, but we're 50% from the foul line, which is too low of a number compared to their 75%.
Well, it's actually an improvement compared to last game.
Yeah, it is an improvement, just by a little bit.
Not by much, but
yep.
Like we always look for some way to improve, and if that's the case, it's an improvement. So we're going to count it.
It's kind of like it's an improvement that's not really an improvement. It's still pretty bad.
It is, and I'm with you. I'd love to see the Lynx shoot better from the free throw line because this is a team that could easily be 4-0. I know it's only a 5-point lead right now, but just think about what it could be had they make some free throws.
Yep, it's really what it comes down to. We would have won the Olivet Nazarene game pretty easily if we would have hit 75% of our free throws instead of 43. So
I wouldn't even consider it maybe that high. Maybe even
if we would have hit 50% of our free throws, we still would have won by 5.
Yeah, I mean it seems like that was the issue.
All we had to do is just be just a little better. Or if we hit one free throw that we missed, we could have gone into a double overtime. So it's just
true.
You could have done that.
True.
It's
all
it could have been.
So we'll see what happens here. Getting ready to start the second half. 45-40 is our score. Same starters for both squads as it will be Missouri Valley basketball. And they're having a tough time getting it in as Latham Jr. knocks it out of bounds and right back into the hands of McKenzie, but they still say in favor of Missouri Valley as it must have hit the line.
Yeah, it had to have hit the line because or else, McKenzie was standing out of bounds. He passed the ball, and if he would have touched it again, I think that's out of bounds off him.
And I was a little bit confused at the start as well, but they do say Missouri Valley basketball. So they trail by 5. Williams out on the floor, but has it stolen away. As Tyler trying to save it from going out of bounds. Williams picks it right back up as Granger finds McKenzie, who is just running the floor. Can't really call it a defensive breakdown when half the Lynx were already back trying to play offense.
It was a fast break because Trayvon Tyler just kind of got caught in the air trying to save the ball. He just had to throw it just anywhere he could.
Turner now trying to feed Powell down low. Instead, he's going to have to reposition back out to Crumble to set up this offense one more time with 12 seconds. Crumble now dishes it to Powell. He hands it right back to Crumble at the top of the key. He's looking left. Instead, goes right to Turner. Turner now drives in left side lane. Has it poked away by Junior. He's going to have to put up a long 3. And Turner's not one to take a 3, but with the shot clock winding down, that's their best bet.
Yeah, it's really all you had to take right there just because it was a defensive breakdown, or it was an offensive breakdown by us. Just nothing was there, so you just had to throw up one at the end of the shot clock.
And now it looks like Cody Jackson will take a jumper from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by this Lynx team and Trayvon Tyler. 45-42, Lynx lead by 3. We're at 18 and a half minutes to play as Turner trying to feed Powell down low, but Ranger read it all the way. Outlet now to Cody Jackson, who drives in. It's going to have it poked away, though, by Latham Jr. It's going to stay Missouri Valley basketball with underneath their own basket.
And Tyrone Wright comes back in to the ball game for J.J. Turner very quickly. So we see the starting lineup just tweaked a little bit, but it's not like Turner is playing that many more minutes. So Tyrone Wright's still going to get his. Turner goes back to the trainer's table.
Gabe McKenzie takes a long 3, rattles it in and out as it was about halfway down, maybe 3/4 of the way down to tie the ball game, but it pops back out. Tyler now with it. Bounce passes one to right at the top of the key, looks left to Latham Jr. trying to feed Powell down low. He does. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, though, by Plummer, who was almost caught off guard.
Yeah, it was, like you said, it's caught off guard. He wasn't really expecting that pass. I wasn't expecting that pass just because Powell was guarded. I'm not really sure why we force it so much into him. I know that you want to get him involved, but you can't force feed him just because that's not a good pass, not a good play.
Crumble drives left side lane, puts it up off the glass. I thought he had an opening. Instead, just a little too strong, but Powell, I believe, is going to pick up an over and back call right there. He will, so his second, team's first, and that kind of makes it even more interesting that we didn't see Powell as much in the first half as we would like with only one foul.
Yeah, it's only a second foul, like you said, so not really sure why he's playing limited minutes. Maybe he has a tweaked ankle or something like that, so just curious to see how that's going to play out in the remainder of this game.
Cody Jackson finds Plummer from downtown. He cannot hit. Rebounded by Powell. So 45-42 still. Here with 17.5 minutes to play. And Powell had an opening as Tyler was cutting to the basket, but just a little too strong.
It was a great play. It was a good pass. Tyler just was not expecting it at all. Just a great pass there from Julian Powell. Just like I said, just not expecting it with Trayvon Tyler.
So now here comes Missouri Valley, or should I say the Syracuse Orange, on a little give and go with, again, Watson and McKenzie, and he lays it up and in. It was almost too easy.
Yeah, that was very easy for McKenzie, just wide open lane.
And somebody forgot to switch or help on that play. 45-44, Lynx lead by 1. Tyler drives right side lane, gets it out to Crumble in the corner for 3. You know it, as Montez Crumble hits a 3 with the hand in his face.
It's another 3 there for Montez Crumble. I think that's his 4th of the game. So he's on fire right now.
Hopefully he can keep it up as well. Plummer now down low to Cody Jackson, looking for McKenzie. Instead kicks it back out to Plummer at the top of the key to Cody Jackson now on the wing. He's going to be picked up by Powell. He'll take a long jumper trying to answer with the 3 ball, but Gabe McKenzie could not run it down, and it's going to be Lynx basketball out of bounds going the other way.
The more and more I look at Gabe McKenzie, this is another Syracuse reference here, but Nick, you remember Trevor Cooney, who played for Syracuse?
I do.
Gabe McKenzie looks exactly like him. That's all I got to say. It's just too much of a resemblance. If he was number 10 like Cooney was, it would be even more of a coincidence, but he just looks exactly like him.
Latham Jr. from downtown on the assist from Tyrone Wright. Now all of a sudden this Lynx team back on top, 51-44 with 16 minutes to play. They're going to try to find McKenzie. He's going to answer in the corner for 3. And I said he was going to answer before it was even made because of the fact of how dangerous that kid can shoot. We saw him at John Wood. Now he's a threat yet again at Missouri Valley here in the NAIA, as there's going to be a timeout taken, I believe, by the head coach for Missouri Valley and Chad Lance. But another good start yet again to the second half for this Lynx team, who's well known as a second half team, I should say.
Yeah, it's definitely... I'd say, yeah, like we're kind of known for that. We're kind of known to pounce on the second half. Just the start of the second half, really, we've kind of been losing that swagger we have later in the game. But I'm not going to get into that because that's kind of how we lost our first 2 losses. But like you said, I mean, we started off strong. We're hitting shots. Latham just knocks down a 3 right there. Crumble before him. But then they answer back with McKenzie, just dagger. I mean, as soon as we think we're getting the lead, he just comes back and hits a big shot.
You're exactly right. I mean, even with the hand in his face, nobody was even close to guarding him that time around. But let's talk about Montez Crumble a little bit. It's kind of like we didn't know how well he was actually going to play at the start of the year. We knew that he was a very good defensive player, but we didn't know where the offense was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, even when I found out he was going to start against the UIS in the UIS exhibition game, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not really sure what's going on, but yeah, when they said he was going to start at the beginning of the year, I was like, really? I'm kind of surprised by that because he didn't see the starting lineup that much last year. He was not one of the starters that we had. Not really sure what's going on the floor.
Well, what I think happened on the floor here is that Chad Lance wanted a 30-second timeout, got a minute time, got a full timeout.
Yeah.
And then Missouri Valley was just kind of standing around waiting for Coach Lepp's squad, and they're still in the huddle. So he was mad because, they got a little extra time to talk.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure how the call was. I thought they called the full on the floor.
I thought they did as well, but apparently nobody knew except for Chad Lance as Turner drives in, tries to put up a little contested shot over Cody Jackson. Normally that's going the other way as a charge, but this time a blocking foul. It puts Turner at the line for 2.
Yeah, he was not set at all, so it's going to be a blocking every time. But back to what I was thinking about Montez Crumble. I was very surprised that he was going to get the start at the start of the year just because of the guys that we have coming in.
And we asked about that.
Yeah, we asked about it. We asked Coach Lepp, we're like, he's the valuable asset last season. How is his role going to play this year? And he said immediately, he's going to start. Which I was like, okay. I mean, it's good to see that because Montez Crumble, he has stepped up very big this year for this Lynx team, defensively and offensively.
You hit it right on the nose as Turner drops a pair. 53-47, 15.5 to play as looks like Karan coming back off the bench. He's had the lead leading with 8, now has 10 after that made basket right there. 53-49 as the Lynx trying to answer the other way. Montez Crumble, a veteran for Coach Lepp. Like he said, he's been here the longest out of anybody on the team besides maybe J.J. Turner, as Latham finds Powell, a little give and go jumper as Powell knocks it down. And I really love Julian Powell's game face going back down the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting shots. I like how he's not just settling for layups today. He's trying to get those mid-range jumpers to go. And a good shot contest there for Julian Powell as well. He just went flying out to contest that three-pointer there from McKenzie.
As Tyler no look pass to Latham Jr. in the corner for 3. No. And once again, this ball movement by this Lynx team is just unstoppable. And that's really the start of the backcourt here for the Lynx. I mean, it starts with number 1, Crumble, and number 2, Trayvon Tyler. I mean, Crumble found Tyler, and then a no-look pass quickly to Latham in the corner like he already knew.
Yeah, just unfortunate he doesn't come up with the make right there as it hits the support beam. And then I think who was that? That was Larry Plummer, comes back on the other end and hits that wide-open 3 for Missouri Valley. So we need to respond quickly here to just not let Missouri Valley tie the game up on their next possession.
As Tyler now try to drive right side lane. Instead, finds Latham Jr. and Jr. trying to give it back to Tyler, but Tyler wasn't even in bounds all the way yet. So it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be Missouri Valley on the basketball on the baseline as McKenzie is going to check out as Bobby Trey Collins III will check in.
Yeah, so you got to make sure Missouri Valley does not tie the game up right here. You cannot let them shoot the 3. You got to just force them into a 2, and you got to get a stop right here.
And Plummer trying to find Karan as he's going to lose it out of bounds. It's going to go to Lincoln here in this one. Again, Chad Lance doing a lot of kind of arguing, I should say, for Missouri Valley. Already has 1 technical, has to be careful of another.
He definitely has to be careful. But I don't think the officials are going to swallow a whistle if he keeps arguing. You know, he's been warned multiple times. He's told to go back in the box. I mean, his first technical is for getting on the floor. So I could see him getting another one here for arguing.
Now we have a wraparound going against Julian Powell, trying to set up for positioning down low. Those are interesting calls. I love to see those kind of go back and forth with how the officials have to be consistent with those type of calls. But once again, we're going the other way.
Yeah, and L.J. Johnson on the bench letting him know that they're doing it on the other end as well, which they are. I mean, they're just trying to get position down low. That's how the game is played.
As Crumble comes up with a huge steal down low, Trey Collins had the opening and was basically just going to turn around and put it up. But Crumble was right there as Tyler picks up his dribble. Almost a traveling violation there, but somehow finds Turner. Turner drives right side lane to Powell. Powell with a 10-foot jumper from the baseline, and yet again, he's going to bury one home, and him and Ranger now exchanging some words.
I mean, Julian Powell, just the mid-range jumper is really coming to play today, and I really am enjoying it. Who was that?
Tyler.
Bobby Trey Collins. He kind of missed the dunk, or he was blocked by Trayvon Tyler. On the other end, he's going to get a foul drawn, so he's going to go to the line for 2 shots, but I'm not sure if that was a missed dunk or it was a block. I think it was a missed dunk. I think he tried, and he kind of got stuffed by the rim right there.
I mean, your eyesight is about as good as mine. It was very close. But what about the pass, though, to get it in there? I mean, there was 3 Lynx defenders, and somehow, some way, Trey Collins III ends up catching that.
Yeah, it was a big pass. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't go in. And here's another thing that kind of irks me a little bit. Julian Powell just knocks down a huge mid-range jumper, gets the rebound on the other end. Then they take him out. I don't get why. J.J. Turner gets the offensive rebound with Trayvon Tyler gets his own miss again and tips it back in for a bucket. But Trayvon Tyler missed 2 free throws. Once again, we saw that a lot in the Olivet game. Just him in particular, that we were just kind of like, I don't know why he's missing so many free throws.
Plummer knocks down a 10-foot jumper from the baseline. I mean, you're right. It's kind of like there's something going on, and I don't think it's physically for Trayvon Tyler. I think it has to be something in his head where he just needs to see that basketball go through the bottom of the net, because he can bury a 40-foot shot, basically.
Yeah, he can bury him from all over the floor. Just unfortunate. We just can't get the easiest shot in basketball pretty much, other than maybe a wide open layup. But that's the most open you're going to get on the floor is a free throw, and we just can't knock them down.
So they will inbound it here to Tyrone Wright. Latham Jr. now with it. Crumble swinging it around the perimeter here for Tyler now on the left wing. As he's going to have it split the lane, kicks it back out to Tyrone Wright on the left wing for no. Tried to pull down his own miss, as now we're going to have a foul 90 feet away from the basket going, I believe, against Tyrone Wright, trying to go get his miss.
Yeah, I think it's going to go on Tyrone Wright, and it does. That's his third foul. So they're going to put in L.A. Bogan, who has not played in the second half yet. He's going to come around in the 12:30 mark in the second half. He's going to get Tyrone Wright. So we're kind of going small here, with J.J. Turner pretty much playing our center position. But it's a very versatile defensive look because you can pretty much switch everything off a screen.
I mean, J.J. Turner and Ranger have had previous meetings before. Turner, as it looked like number 23, Darnell Watson drives into the left lane, count the basket and the foul all of a sudden. Here for Missouri Valley, having momentum kind of going their way a little bit. It's 59-56 with just over 12 minutes to play, and one more free throw coming for Watson.
He has a chance to make it a one-possession game for Missouri Valley, and he does not.
Turner will come up with it, and now we're going to have a double dribble going against J.J. Turner, and he knows it. He's pointing on his chest. He knew he tried to get away with it. However, though, those are the things that you cannot afford if you're the Lynx right now.
And now J.J. Turner's going to take a seat after that turnover. And DeAndre Freeman's going to come in for him, which even smaller of a look right now.
Well, and you saw Bogan just slide over to catch Ranger, who's playing the 5 for Missouri Valley. So we'll see what Bogan can do down low, bang with the big boys, as he's going to draw a foul right there. Not much Bogan could do. I thought it was some good defense, but Ranger going to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, there's not much, like you said, not much he can do in that situation. That's his third foul, so nothing really to worry about under that 12-minute mark now. But I think we need a big boy in the lane at all times, either if that's Tyrone Wright or Royale Nesbitt. I'm not sure why they haven't given him an opportunity yet. I guess it's just because he's not the quickest guy in the world, but he's a big body that can affect the game.
No, I'm with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm taking nothing away from L.A. Bogan. I think he's a great, terrific player, the transfer from Maryville. Yeah. However, though, he can't play the 5.
That's not his position.
Right.
Like, when I asked him what he played like, he said C.J. McCollum in the NBA, and he's a 2-guard. C.J. McCollum's a 2-guard. So, I mean, Bogan views himself as a shooter. He's not a post player.
He tries to drive in on Ranger and has it poked away. And the ball's loose on the floor. Here comes Missouri Valley back the other end as they trail by 2. Plummer trying to take the lead. With the long 3, no good. Freeman pulls down a huge rebound here for the Lynx.
He's really been the guy that surprises me the most on the rebounding side of the ball.
As they call a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Lynx here, but Tyler on the floor as, again, Trayvon Tyler and it looks like Darnell Watson exchanging words here, kind of showing some faces. Look for that to be a key matchup down the stretch.
Yeah, definitely will be a key matchup. I mean, Tyler clearly got fouled in the corner, right? There's no doubt in my mind that he got fouled in that play. He was pushed out of bounds, basically. Montez Crumble just wide open under the basket. They miss him.
They throw it back into the backcourt for Tyler. 59-57, 11.5 to play here. I'm with you. I thought Tyler might have got fouled or at least pushed a little bit as he picks up his dribble, trying to find Freeman, who's guarded by McKenzie. Freeman, twice, or I should say McKenzie's twice his size, but he's going to take a jumper over him, and no, could not get it to go, as Collins III will pull it down. Ahead to Watson. Watson splits his man as Tyler pokes it away and picks it up. Ball's loose on the floor yet again. Bogan comes up with it. Crumble now has Freeman on the outlet now to Latham Jr. in the left corner for a 3 instead. Backs it up. They're going to set up the offense.
We had a 2-and-1 fast break right there. You got to score on that 2-and-1.
As Latham Jr. tries to drive in, there was 2 Missouri Valley defenders there. Only 1 Lynx and no foul was called. The whole bench 1-1 didn't get one, as it's still a 2-point lead for the Lincoln. McKenzie bounce passes one down low to Moore. Turnaround hook is in. So we're tied at 59 here with 10.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, that's really where the big man in the game needs to come in, just because Trayvon Tyler, there's nothing he can do against Moore right there. He's much smaller, and there's he can't do much on the defensive end.
As Latham Jr. in the corner for three, no good. As Bogan came up with the offensive rebound for a moment, but instead it's going to be in the hands of Missouri Valley as the officials stop the clock here in this one, I believe, for a substitution.
No, I think they were resetting the shot clock because Bogan had possession of the ball. Now we're getting some bigs back in the game with J.J. Turner and Powell coming back in for Freeman and Crumble. But, yeah, since they said Bogan had it, he technically had possession of it, so it should have reset after they come up with the steal.
Okay, that makes sense. But just because, I mean, these officials have been kind of interesting here today. We've seen them talk things over. We've seen them award a technical foul as that ball's loose on the floor. Moore somehow picks it up back out to Watson. And now we have a 3-second violation going against Missouri Valley, as I believe that one was on Moore. And now we have a technical foul going against Watson. Him and Trayvon Tyler were talking things over, and we said watch for the matchup. And this time, Watson not happy.
Yeah, I didn't see it personally. I didn't see what was going on.
I didn't catch it either.
There was a lot of chirping going on, so their coach, Coach Lance, is going to get an explanation here.
And Lance just kind of, the head coach for Missouri Valley, holding up his hands still going, what just happened? What did he do? Anything like that. And yet again, Watson, who just got the technical foul, looks over to his bench to basically cheer on his teammates. So this one's going to be a good one coming down the stretch. Latham Jr. is going to take the technical free throws as usual. He's our best free throw shooter as he hits the first.
Well, Trayvon Tyler wanted to take those free throws, but Lep saw him there and said, no, Latham Jr. is going to take those free throws just because he's been so reliable for us.
I would agree it's a smart call there as, again, Watson checked out, had to go to the bench, and you saw all the Missouri Valley players clapping for Watson when he was looking at his team, but then once it came out, Trayvon Tyler started clapping at the Missouri Valley bench, and I think he's going to have to be careful here down the stretch.
Yeah, he kind of made a gesture towards the crowd right there, which is a little questionable. I won't say what he did on air, but we need a bucket right here just to kind of seal things. We need to extend the lead here.
Turner now with it at the top of the key, and we have a hold going underneath the basket once again on Tremont Moore. So he is going to pick up his first team's fifth here with 9.5 to play. Lynx lead 61-59. They're going to inbound underneath their own basket. And Latham Jr. set to throw it in. Bogan, Turner, Tyler, Powell, and Latham on the floor as they throw it into the backcourt here for L.A. Bogan. Bogan, he's going to have McKenzie on him as he goes to the left, switching it now to Powell on the right side. Hands it to Latham Jr. on the right wing. He almost had it poked away by Plummer. Kicks it back out with 3 seconds for Turner. Turner from downtown, and he'll hit it from way downtown. J.J. Turner wears number 3. A big man ends up hitting the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, that was a huge shot. That's definitely not the guy that I want to take in that shot, but I mean, it happens. It works out.
And now Latham Jr. had it poked away. He was trying to go for the loose ball, but Larry Plummer kind of pushed him out of the way to where he could not get to it. And the official saw it clear as day, calls the foul on Plummer, his third, team sixth. And now all of a sudden this crowd getting behind this Lynx team, they're starting to feel it.
Yeah, definitely are starting to feel it because we're starting to get into the game because I think the crowd kind of sees that Missouri Valley is very frustrated right now, so they're making sure they keep it going.
Tyler finds Latham Jr. in the corner for 3, and he'll bury one home. Coach Lepp talks things over. He wants a timeout. And this once again was a tied ball game. It's now a 7-0 run here for Lincoln as they now lead 67-59. 8-0 run. And it's been all Lincoln here in the last minute and a half. Adam, walk me through this one. I know it's going to be a good one, but talk a little bit of how the technical fouls can hurt you in a way.
That technical foul on Watson just completely just sucked the air out of whatever Missouri Valley was doing because it really just got in their head, saying that they need to be careful now just because they don't want to pick up another one. Watson sits on the bench, and then we go down, like you said, 8-0 run, knock down 2 threes back-to-back with Turner and then Latham.
And we'll see what they want to do coming out of this timeout. I mean, if you're Coach Lepp, I know you want to talk things over and you want a timeout, but you had all the momentum rolling right there. Was that a good timeout, or is it one of those timeouts where you say, hey, we need to talk this over because some of my players, I mean, it's iffy.
Yeah, I don't think the timeout was needed right there, just especially because we were rolling. I mean, that just takes out the momentum for us. I mean, if I was Trayvon Tyler, I mean, I'd keep talking with them. You know, it's getting in their head, and you can see that they're frustrated.
Well, here he comes. It was kind of just going to be a press by J.J. Turner. Instead, here comes the rest of this Lynx team as Bogan gets a hand on it and pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay with Missouri Valley, however, but you can see the intensity by this Lynx team really stepping up here.
Yeah, they're definitely buying into the press right here, and it's a kind of a four-man press with Julian Powell just deep. They just want him just to stay back, just for rim protection. But they're going to get it across the floor right now.
We saw that happen with the Lady Lynx. They got burned a few times with nobody home down low. 67-59 as Plummer looks like finds Cody Jackson in the corner for three, but Trayvon Tyler yet again with a block from the corner. Now, Adam, how does he do it? I mean, we know one thing about being down low, but blocking a three-point shot like that's got to be hard.
That's three in the past two games. So it's just, he's so good at timing them. I mean, you can tell that he's going to shoot the ball no matter what. Usually guys get burned like that because they get him up in the air.
As now Julian Powell sends one back off the backboard as Cody Jackson tried to go his way. Tyler with it now, trying to drive into the lane, finds Turner down low as he's going to lose control of it. Otherwise, that would have been an even better play by Trayvon Tyler. And this is what I'm talking about. He just gets in that zone. It's like crunch time, clutch time.
Yeah, he, like you said, the captain. He's the clutch player on our team, the clutch shot taker and the clutch shot maker, I should say. And now we got Watson back in the ball game. Look who's guarding him.
You only know Trayvon Tyler's. McKenzie feeds Ranger down low. The turnaround give and go with McKenzie. He can't hit. Tyler with the rebound and has Latham and Bogan running the floor as well. Finds Latham Jr. in the corner for three. Watson thought about jumping up there, but Latham just kind of hesitated a little bit. Otherwise, he probably would have made that one in and out. Plummer now drives in, feeds Ranger down low. Turner tried to take a charge, and we're going to see what they call here.
I thought that block, yeah. He was inside the circle. He's inside the half circle right there.
And the official's still talking it over. Ranger trying to say count the basket, but the foul wasn't even on him as it went on Plummer, so it'd be Plummer going to the line, if anything. But Ranger trying to plead his case.
The foul was not in the act of shooting. He passed the ball. He passed the ball, so I don't know why they're saying and one.
I don't believe they counted the basket.
They shouldn't have.
67-61, Plummer going to the line. Like they said, it was in the act of shooting. So this could be an interesting call right here. As I thought Plummer, he dished it off as he hit the first one. I think they did count the basket because he only shot one free throw.
He didn't shoot the ball though.
It was Ranger who finished off the play. I think the officials just missed that one right there. They gave Missouri Valley a basket when they shouldn't have got one, so that's a huge break for them. But we'll see if the Lynx can respond. Bogan now with it, finds Latham Jr. on the left corner, and we now have a 3-second call going against Julian Powell, camped out in the lane, so that's going to give the ball back to Missouri Valley as they trail by 5.
It's really a mistake that we cannot have. I mean, they're in college. You got to know that that's the rule. I mean, you got to keep the clock in your head. 1, 2, you got to step out, But that's just something that we have to live with. We have to just come back on the defensive end. As
Watson tried to take a jumper just inside the three-point line, he could not. Tyler with a no-look pass down to Tyrone Wright, somehow loses control, batted out of bounds as Tyler and McKenzie were both battling for it, but Tyler on the floor comes up a little shaky.
Yeah, he slipped again. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with the floor. I mean, Tyler is just slipping all over the place. He seems to be okay. He shook his head no to Coach Lepp, saying that he does not need a sub.
Well, he's going to try to gut it out as quick as he can, especially when he's in one of those chirping battles. He loves to stay in there for that. It kind of helps him in a way.
Yeah, it feeds the fire, definitely, for Trayvon Tyler.
As Watson for Powell. Almost had it stolen away. Finds Tyler. Tyler no look pass to Bogan in the corner for three. No, too strong. Julian Powell with a huge rebound for the Lynx. Back out to Latham Jr. and set up the offense one more time with 6.5 to play and up by 5.
Yeah, we need a good shot right here. Maybe try to get another shooter open. Probably Latham because he's been on fire.
We're going to have another illegal screen, I believe. This time going on L.A. Bogan. So that's his 4th, team 7th here in this half. So Missouri Valley will be shooting a 1-and-1 opportunity from here on out as they trail 67-62 as Watson tries to put one up. It's blocked, though, by Powell. Still into the hands of McKenzie as he kicks it back out. 6:15 to play now. Moore trying to drive in. Denied, though, by Tyrone Wright, who went down swatting, and he almost came up with the basketball, but instead, I believe, got a piece of Alonzo Williams.
If he just puts his hands up, if he doesn't swat down like that, it's not going to be a foul. I mean, it seems like I say this about Tyrone Wright every game. It's just he swats down at the ball, and it's going to get called a foul every time just because of the violent motion.
And it is violent. I mean,
yeah, he really goes for it.
There is no in between with Tyrone Wright. He's getting all ball, or there's very well easily could be nailing somebody right in the front of the face.
Yeah, he's either going to get all ball or all face. That's kind of what's going on. Although, even if he doesn't make contact with the ball or the person, just because of the motion,
he comes down with some aggression, man. He did take a seat as he did pick up his 4th foul, team's 8th. But, however, though, Williams misses a pair from the free throw line. It's still a 5-point lead for the Lynx here with under 6 minutes to play. Tyler, no-look pass to Latham in the right side corner. Feeds Powell down low. Almost finished, but instead draws the foul. And Powell now going to go to the line for 2 opportunities. And I think if you're the Lynx right here, that's exactly the type of play Coach Lepp wanted. Tyler has it. No look to Latham in the corner, who could very well easily have taken a shot, but then feeds the big man down low.
Yeah, he just penetrates a little bit, dumps it off to the big man. It could have been an and one. All right there, just unfortunate, does not get the basket to fall, but he does make the first free throw.
And Powell playing like a true big man here today. As of right now, I kind of have to say that he's got to be the player of the game to watch here in the next 5 minutes or so to kind of get those honors.
Yeah, he's definitely got to put his mark on the defensive end, got to come up maybe with a big block or just a couple big rebounds.
As McKenzie made Trayvon Tyler leave his feet on a pump fake, but then trying to feed Watson in the corner, he kicks it out away, so it's going to be Missouri Valley basketball as Tyler doing it all, even with the feet, as well as now Julian Powell, just like you said on the defensive end, comes up with a steal right there.
Yeah, look for him to get a touch right here. Hopefully he can get some good position to get a shot off. Or just a screen, just a pick and roll, I think is so simple right here, but could be so effective.
And feed the big man down low. Tyler with it now at the top of the key to the right wing, and Latham Jr. from downtown in transition, and he buries home a long 3, and boy, does Darnell Latham Jr. have such a great stroke.
And he's been on fire today. I'm not really sure how many threes that is for him. I'd say possibly maybe 6.
At least 3 in this half as McKenzie trying to answer for 3. No. But I believe Julian Powell is going to get called for an over and back there on Ranger, even though it was awfully close. But, I mean, when you're twice the dude's size and then you jump basically over him, it's going to be called.
I didn't think he had position.
I did too.
I didn't think he had position, so I don't think that could be a foul. And it's not like he went over his back. He reached around him to tip the ball to himself. So I'm not sure about that one, but I'm not going to argue. Maybe they saw something I didn't, so that's all I'm going to say.
Now the officials, they had another word. I believe they're worried about tucking the jerseys in more so than kind of what's going on. But that's Powell's 4th, so he's going to have to be careful as well. Again, Tyrone Wright also has 4, so both big men. Maybe we will see Roy Nesbitt here, who gets some of his teammates some water.
Yeah, and I think J.J. Turner also has 4. So really all the big boys on our team have 4 fouls. So that's something, yeah, like you said, something to look for. And I think L.A. Bogan also has 4 fouls. So he's the next best thing for a big man on our team other than Nesbitt, and he's got 4 fouls as well. So
I mean, I'd look for Nesbitt possibly to get some minutes here. Down the stretch, it's 72-64 here in this one. And Bogan now with it, as that one was a kickball violation by Ranger. He was there to set a charge or take the charge. Instead,
Bogan throws it off his leg.
Yeah.
He's trying to find Tyrone Wright for the bucket, but he just unfortunately just comes up with the leg.
And we'll see what they want to do here. They throw it into Tyler. Tyler catch and shoot from downtown and hits it right in the face of Coach Lepp, who wasn't even paying attention. He's kind of lucky that Lepp wasn't paying attention right there.
I'm not really sure why he threw that up. After he shot it, I was like, oh, is a shot clock running down or something?
Right.
No, it's a casual bomb there from Trayvon Tyler.
It's a casual Trayvon Tyler thing as Ranger loses control, finds Plummer. Plummer thought about driving in, instead takes a step back and ends up burying it right in the hands of the face of Bogan. But I'm with you, too. I thought there was, the shot clock was winding down. There was 19 seconds on the shot clock, so he had plenty of time.
Put that in perspective for everyone.
Hey, but he made it, and then he runs into Coach Lepp at the end of the play, which makes it even better as Trayvon Tyler does drive into the lane, draws a foul, so he's going to go to the line because that's going to put Missouri Valley in the bonus now. That's their team's 8th here in this one. I believe Plummer's going to pick up his 4th as it's 75-66. And this is where Trayvon Tyler could pretty much put the game away right here.
Yeah, if he knocks down some free throws, misses the first one. He's just been in such a weird shooting slump from the free throw line. It's not anywhere else.
No.
It's only the free throw line. It's just something he just needs to work on. Maybe it's just he's not very comfortable there right now or something. It's something going on with Trayvon Tyler.
And he took a step back as well off the line, just trying to switch something up there. And you can tell he's shaking his head. He knows that it's got to be maybe what he's looking at. I don't even know. As they feed Ranger down low, turnaround right hook, no good. But they're going to bail him out with a foul on Tyrone Wright, I believe. It looked like Ranger just came up short on the turnaround hook shot, but Tyrone Wright's night is done.
Yeah, it's on such a ticky-tack foul that really shouldn't have been called. It's especially this late in a ball game. That's not a foul. That maybe is a foul that you call early in the game, but not in a crucial situation. That's not enough contact.
Well, this puts Lepp in a kind of a bind here because he's going to have to bring in Julian Powell back in with 4 fouls. Turner's in with 4 fouls. Bogan's on the bench with 4 fouls. The only 2 that have played that's on the bench right now has been Bogan and Freeman. So how do we get some of the other players some minutes here down the stretch? Because you're going to need them here in the next 3.5 minutes.
And Isaiah Bowers has also gotten in a little bit. I think he maybe three possessions.
2 minutes.
2 minutes in the first half. So he's definitely someone that we could look for late. But Trayvon Tyler draws another foul. He's going to go back to the line, which has been his nemesis this game. He's been hitting shots from everywhere else.
He is going to go to the line here. But again, back to that. I mean, what I'm talking about here on the bench is I know you have quality players, but like we were talking about with Roy Nesbitt coming off the bench, we haven't even seen him take off his shooting shirt yet.
Yeah.
And down the stretch is what I'm talking about. As he does make the first, Trayvon Tyler gets a roar from the crowd right there. But you have Nesbitt coming off the bench. He's going to be cold.
Yeah, and already he's going to be cold. He's going to be the legs are not going to be warm for already a slower guy. So it's just kind of like I don't know why he's not kind of in the big man rotation. I mean, he's not the quickest guy, but he's just a body that can clog the lane.
As now we're going to have an illegal screen set there, this time by Trey Collins, 3rd, as Tyler could not hit the second free throw. However, though, the illegal screen is going to give the ball right back to this Lynx team as they thought it was a shooting, or since they were in the bonus, but instead they're going to inbound it right here.
If it's an offensive foul, there's no shooting.
Tyler was like, let me shoot. I'll shoot
the free throws.
I love the confidence, though.
He still goes to it, even though he's kind of been bad from the free throw line today.
As he takes a long 3 off the rim and out. No good. Rebounded by Missouri Valley. 76-68. Here comes Plummer. Plummer has a lane into the basket. No, he cannot hit. Powell pulls down a huge rebound. As now we have a foul 90 feet away from the basket. I believe this one's going on Ranger this time. As I believe that might be his night. And do we have another technical foul that was just called?
Yeah, on number 34, Yeah, it was on Ranger. It was on Ranger. He kind of said a few magical words and kind of threw his hands in the air, and that's a no-no.
So he picked up 2 very quick fouls. And once again, as usual, Latham Jr. is going to take the free throws.
He's going to shoot the technical free throws, and then Powell will take 2 free throws as well.
Due to the Rangers' first foul here in this one. But, I'm not questioning the officials here by all means, but it seems like I like that the officials are taking their time. They talk it over. They make sure that they're calling what they saw before they make any formal call to the scores table, and you have to like that.
Yeah, they're blowing the whistle, then consulting the other officials what they think. It's just, you like to see that in some situations. In other ones, you're kind of just like, well, why can't you just call that by yourself? Why do you need their approval? You saw what you saw.
Right. Don't be hesitant. And I think they're doing a pretty good job here tonight. I feel like there's been a few calls that could have gone either way, but if they're going to do that, have it go both ways, and they've done that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely 3 technical fouls for Missouri Valley has definitely shot them down a little bit. And I think the calls have been somewhat fair. I think we're kind of favored a little bit. But, we're the home team.
But what was it? The 2 years that you've been here, you've seen that we've never gotten any calls. So one time should go our way in our home floor anyway, as they can't hit the 3. It's a 10-point lead here for Lincoln as they lead at 78-68 out of those technical free throws and by Latham and then Powell. As we got 2.5 minutes to play, Crumble now just trying to waste some time as Crumble, Turner, Latham Jr., Powell, and Tyler on the floor. Now they're really trying to press these guys, but I don't know if they can't hit some shots here, and Lincoln kind of buries a few. This game's all but over as we have a carry going against Trayvon Tyler. Tyler's known to have that carry a time or two, but I think Tyler was looking more for a foul.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a foul. I think he was looking for a foul. He got doubled, and he just kind of felt like there was some body contact, and Missouri Valley's going to take a timeout right here.
And they want to talk things over. So will Coach Leb. We're going to go to break. It's going to be the last break of the game. Your Lynx lead by 10 with 2 minutes to play. You guys are listening to Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and...
What do you think when you see a fine set of wheels roll down the street? Do you picture yourself in the driver's seat with a beautiful lady by your side? Do you imagine heads turning on the sidewalk to hear the bass thumping in your ride? Or do you just think, dang, I wish I had a driver's license? Guys, if you turn 18 and don't register with the Selective Service System, you can't get a license in most states. Register today at sss.gov. It's quick, it's easy, it's the law.
We're back in the Jack D. Nutt Arena as coming out of the timeout. Gabe McKenzie lays one up and in. So make it 78-70 as Missouri Valley still within striking distance here with 1:40 to go as they're making some pressure felt for this Lynx team, as we're a team that could easily kind of get careless.
Yeah, we could get careless with the ball. We're kind of lobbing the ball over the pressure, which is not good on our part.
As Crumble finds Turner out to Latham Jr. in the corner for 3. No, but Julian Powell is right there, and they're going to call an over and back on Julian Powell.
I don't think it's on Julian Powell. I think it was on
Tyler?
Yeah, it was on Trayvon Tyler.
You are correct. They do call an over and back on Trayvon Tyler. I believe actually it was a hold going against Tyler. So Tyler only picking up foul number 2 here. And this one, he doesn't want to foul out anymore, as he's only got 2, but that's the team's 10th. So that's going to send Williams to the line for Missouri Valley for 2 shots. Does make his first. 7-point game, 78-71. Minute 23 to play. As the second free throw, no good, as Julian Powell just brings down a rebound.
Yeah, he's had a couple this second half where it's just kind of like that's a man's rebound.
He finds Turner. Turner to Latham, who gets it across the half-court line. They're basically just trying to dribble this one out as Latham was double-teamed. Crumble now with it, almost loses control of it. Now he does. Ball's loose on the floor. It almost looks like Moore sitting on it.
He was sitting on it.
He was trying to call a timeout while he's sitting on the basketball. I don't think that works per se.
Yeah, and Latham just noticed that Moore was sitting on it, so he just went and put his hands under it, put his hands on the ball. So it's going to be a jump ball. It's still possession to Missouri Valley, but it's good that they didn't get the timeout called, and then they'd still have the possession, and then it worked out in our favor.
It actually did, because Lance, the head coach for Missouri Valley, and they're going to call a charge going against Gabe McKenzie as J.J. Turner moving his feet right there, getting in position as Gabe McKenzie not liking it there. Also, Lance, of course, the head coach does not like it at all. It seems like he's argued every call here today as he just basically pulls Jacoby Karan off the bench to get McKenzie. I mean, literally pulled him off the bench.
Yeah, and there's under a minute left, so we just need to have just protection of the ball.
Crumble now to Powell. Powell's going to go for the slam, and he'll slam it home. There's the exclamation point on this ball game. Julian Powell, we begin it with the slam. We're going to end it with the slam as it's 80-71 with 47 seconds to go, and everybody else is waving their arms saying this game is over.
Yeah, everyone just kind of slowly filing out of this game. They know it's done. So, 9-point lead with 47 seconds left. It's possible.
It's always possible.
It's always possible, but it's a little too tall of a task.
We'll have to see what the Lynx want to do. I'm sure at this point, Coach Lev is just saying, hey, just keep your hands up. Don't leave the ground. Just give it to them if you have to.
Yeah, don't foul a jump shooter. And if you just give them a shot, I mean, you want to contest it, but
sure,
do not foul them. Do not foul them at all.
If you get beat down low, you get beat.
Yeah, you just,
especially with some of our big men with playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and it'll just keep time ticking off the clock too. You don't want any stoppage of play in this kind of moment.
One thing I've noticed, this is the second full timeout that they've taken, as Coach Nance has, and they've only used 30 seconds of it. They don't sit down. Coach Lepp's team is on the bench drawing something up, while Missouri Valley's just standing out here for about 30 seconds waiting for them to come out.
Well, Coach Lepp called the timeout, so I think I don't know if they're accepting defeat, kind of saying, like, there's no use now. But either way, I mean, 45 seconds left to go. Lynx up by 9.
As Cody Jackson feeds, looks like Collins the third down low, but yet again, Trayvon Tyler denies him, and good sportsmanship between the two. They high-five each other, saying, yeah, that was a pretty good block.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. But yeah, Trayvon Tyler, I've never seen him smile so big on a basketball court before.
As that ball's loose on the floor, Moore can't corral. He gets it right back, finds Collins the third yet again. This time he'll make it underneath his basket as Turner will throw it in. Crumble bounce passes one to Turner. Turner outlet now to Latham Jr., who throws up a lob to Powell, who hits the rim. And all of a sudden, ball's loose on the floor. Turner comes up with it. Shot clock was not turned off, separated by a second. And once again, now Collins the third and Tyler, they thought it was almost a very technical foul, but he kind of regains himself and says, hey, man, I didn't mean to do that to you.
Yeah, going back to that Latham to Powell, I mean, if you're going to throw the lob, you got to get it over the rim.
I mean, yeah, because Powell his head can get over the rim.
Yeah, so it's just like you got to get that over the rim no matter what.
As Tyler hits his first. And going back to that as well, especially when you're throwing it across the rim like that. You're throwing it over the basket.
Yeah, you got to throw it up. I mean, he's not going to catch the ball below the rim and then go up and dunk it. I mean, in that situation, you gotta throw it above the rim to let the big boy catch it and come down with it.
Tyler hits a pair as here comes Missouri Valley back the other way. Plummer nails a 3, 82-76 now with 10 seconds to go, as Montez Crumble now is going to get fouled by Trey Collins III. And it kind of looks like a little bit initially that Collins III is okay with Tyler, but him and Montez Crumble, he's like, no, sir.
No, they're not the best of friends. So, yeah, that foul went on Cochran. So Montez Crumble at the line for 2 shots, knocks down the first one. And it really is just sealing the deal here for us. I mean, yes, Missouri Valley is hitting some shots, but 10 seconds left. You might as well just let the clock run out at this point.
Well, not if we keep missing some free throws like there's 1 of 2. I believe still, though, it should be enough to do it as Crumble pulls up a steal right there. He's all alone with a fast break opportunity. Instead, he's just going to let the clock run out, and that's going to be it. 83-76 is your final score here in this one as the Lynx take game number 2 over the Missouri Valley College right here in this one. Adam, tell me a little bit. This was a good game, a very well hard-fought game all around by this Lynx team. They really kind of showed their resemblance and kind of battled back in this one when they let Missouri Valley kind of crawl their way into it. But what'd you see from this Lynx team, and who's your player of the game tonight? I know who you're picking, but I want to ask you anyway.
I think it's between 2 for me. I think Julian Powell definitely had a great game. He had the huge slam at the end, but then he had monster rebounds. So it's just, they're still chirping with the crowd as Missouri Valley exits the court. But like I said, just Latham also had a very good game. He had a couple dagger 3-pointers that really just stuck out to me. So I'm picking both of those guys, but in my mind it's Julian Powell.
I like it. And that was your original pick at the start of the day. So he came through.
And Trayvon Tyler, I mean, you got to mention him. And
you always have to.
He had some daggers, and I think he definitely had the mental edge over everyone on Missouri Valley's team. I mean, it seemed like he was kind of in the head of everyone.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm actually going to go with somebody we didn't mention just because I feel like the way he played, not only on offense but on defense and from the line as well, we needed that, and it got everybody else going. Yes, Powell's a good pick. I'm actually going to go with the backcourt in Montez Crumble. I think Crumble had a great first half, and I think he led the way in the second. I mean, Trayvon Tyler took back over and became the leader that we all know that we're used to him to be. But Crumble stayed consistent, got a few defensive stops, and really kind of set the tone on defense, which is what the Lynx needed down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he sealed the deal for us with those free throws at the end. But then he got us going as well with the 3-pointers in the beginning. He had 2 or 3 of them in a row. So it really was an all-around team win. We had just countless opportunities to really pull away from it, and then we finally did towards about the 2-minute mark.
And that's going to do it all here for us as the Lynx win by the final score of 83-76. We got some quick stats right here for you. Who led the way for the Lynx?
I think Darnell Latham led the way for the Lynx with 18 points. Right behind him is Trayvon Tyler. Montez Crumble with 14, and Julian Powell with 16 and 12 rebounds.
There you go. The big man had a double-double here today. That's going to do it all for us. 83-76 is our final. Again, next broadcast will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That'll be the women's game as they take on St. Ambrose at 1. Again, that's going to be right here on 89X as well. But then the following game for the guys, however, their next game, we're going to be on the road. We start a 6-game road trip, so we're not looking too thrilled about it. But, hey, they're excited. We go to Robert Morris in Chicago. That'll be a 7 o'clock game, also right here on WLNX as well on 88.9 FM. And that's going to do it all for us here today. Your Lynx win the second game as the Lady Lynx, they fall here in this one by a final score of 62-50. We'll see you tomorrow for the Lady Lynx. Again, thank you, Vera Rolfe, for board hopping for us. Adam Hoffman, I'm Nick Jackson, and we will see you tomorrow right here in the Jack D. Nutt Arena.
That's all she wrote. This concludes tonight's coverage of Lincoln College basketball on 89X.